Hey, thanks for hanging out with us today for the launch party of the One They Call Firebreather.
Yes.
My friend Evan's new book.
Yes, it's out today.
Out today.
So excited.
On Amazon. If you search it on Amazon, you will find it right there.
We have right here.
Right there. Look at that.
One They Call Firebreather. This was a proof copy, but you know, it's the same cover, so there you go. Now today.
I'm Dave Wright, also known as Magic Dave, and it's my friend Evan. And man, we are excited at Neptos to be helping you publish this book.
Yeah.
And enjoyed walking with you through this process of writing and editing and all the iterations of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just trying to think back. We were at Cultivate Coffee, I think, maybe 2 years ago? Talking about this, you had this idea for a book for this fantasy novel.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's really cool to see that come from that conversation, you writing it, and yeah, just how's this experience been for you? Just like getting it to this point.
Yeah, I mean it's like 2.5 years in the making. It took me to get this thing together. Actually,
2.5 years.
Longer than that if you count the original idea. But in terms of the actual like writing part, yeah, I mean I started writing the first draft like 2.5 years ago. I think it was like the beginning of 2024. I think is when I started the first draft. So
Evan, super excited for you. Glad Neptos is able to help you publish this book and get it out to the world out there on Amazon. Give me the elevator pitch for the book. What is the book about?
Yes, here, I'll hold up the book too, so we got it here for reference. So the book follows the main character. Her name is Hannah Cassidy, but most people know her as Firebreather because she's the power to breathe fire.
Okay.
Which the book will go into explaining how and why. And all
is she a dragon?
She's not a dragon. No.
She's not a
Nothing
dragon.
to do with dragons.
Okay.
I decided when I wrote this book, I do not want to do dragons with the story, so hence why that was a thing. But she's a former thief who winds up in prison, so she's stuck in this royal prison. You meet her in chapter 2, where she kind of is trying to escape. But she's recruited by a researcher who has these grand plans of exploring these abandoned ruins that are outside of the main like city area. Like super dangerous. There's all these like stories about the place, like you know, creepy stuff happening, people dying or disappearing, all that kind of like lots of like ghost stories kind of stuff about it. And so she was someone who's desperate to just be free and live her own life, takes her up on this offer. So she accompanies her to this place. And a lot of the story is about, because she meets other people who are also recruited to help explore, and they kind of form a little like team that has to work together. Okay. Which proves difficult for Hannah because she's a loner. And
they're all prisoners, right?
All prisoners. Yeah.
Oh man, that can go well.
So yeah, you can imagine lots of chaos ensuing and clashing personalities and that kind of thing. So a lot of the story is about Hannah struggling to really like wanting to belong to a group or a family, but really struggling to find out what that means and how to do that as someone who's lived alone a lot and prefers to be alone a lot. Sure. So it's like a found family story, which is one of my personal favorite all-time tropes of all time. So there's a lot of that, of learning to work together and having each other's back and that kind of thing, because it pretty much boils down to like survive or die kind of in there. So
actually, tell me a little bit about the cover. Because I assume this is Hannah on the cover.
Supposed to be, yes. That's not entirely what she looks like, just heads up, but that's all I could find for that.
I love the design of this. I assume this is the city that they're going into.
Yeah, so that's kind of like it's actually like a scene from the book. So if you pay attention, you might recognize that scene when you read it.
The long hallway. Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, love the design. I think it's come together really well. Yeah. Yeah, look at this thing. It's a book.
It's a book. Look at that.
Okay. All right. So we got a lot of magic in there, fantasy setting.
Fantasy setting, not a whole lot of magic. It's kind of like low-key magic. But
So what's the name of the world that they're in?
So there's actually no name for the world itself. There's like countries. The main place it takes in is this country called Rathunia. That's like the main central place on a continent. Okay. Well,
what's the story behind the story?
Yeah. So man, this was probably years ago. It actually started out as like this dream I had like years ago.
A dream?
Yeah. So I had this dream this one time, and it was like a couple of details. Like, and it's different, but there was like a queen who was like an evil queen. There was something outside of this kingdom. I think at the time it was just kind of like ambiguous in the dream, but it was some sort of like really important old like town or something that was like of value that this queen wanted to know more about. Okay. And then there was this girl who could breathe fire. It was part of the thing. So then I woke up and it was like, this would be a really cool story.
Cool.
So I wrote it down.
Man, that's awesome.
And I didn't do anything with it for like years.
So did it go into like a journal for a time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right.
I still have that journal too with that entry in it.
That's awesome, man. Well, man, just tell me about the writing experience. Like what's some of the highs and lows of that journey?
Yeah. I'll start with the lows because it sticks out to me is I found the middle section of the book to be like the worst. Like it was like a total slog for me.
The middle of the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I found is common, like especially with storytelling. Like Act 2 is always like the hardest to write.
Okay.
The first part, I think Act 1 was probably the easiest. It was the most fun. But the second act was like, man, it was a slog some days. Like I felt like I was just like typing out words to type out words.
Did you always have the ending in mind, or was that kind of nebulous as you went through?
I think I had some of it in mind. Well, funny story, as we kind of going into the story behind the story here more, is so I wrote the first draft all the way finished, and then got to the end of it, and I hated it. I did not like it.
Sounds like an author.
Yeah, I think that's a common thing I've learned. So I'm not the only one. But it very much felt like more young adult-y and very much like Celtic fantasy Harry Potter.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, I don't want to write that kind of book.
Okay.
So I had to kind of sit on it for a while. Yeah. Until I could figure out like a way to like retell the story. And that was kind of when I was thinking like, well, community has been a very important thing in my life. And as I was kind of finishing the end, I felt like that's the more of like a theme I wanted to lean into more. Yeah. Because it was more personally meaningful to me. Versus like the kind of chosen one Harry Potter kind of vibe, you know. So that's when I kind of sat down for like the following year and was like, all right, I'm going to crank out the second draft. It's going to be different. It's going to be better. And then I finished that and I was like, love it. Cool. So what changed for you in that? What specifically I changed, you mean? Well, just like what made you feel better about it with the second version? Yeah, I ended up dramatically changing one of the characters. Okay. So like if you get into the book, there's a character named Olympia. She's the researcher who meets Hannah and recruits her. Originally in the first draft, Olympia was a queen. The queen in the book isn't really given a name. She's just kind of like the queen of Ruthenia. Okay. But that was originally Olympia in the first draft. Oh, okay. And so I didn't really like her as a character, and I was trying to figure out how to make this all work. Because I didn't like that she was kind of like sent them off and was like absent from like 90% of the story. So I was trying to figure out how do I fix this, and I was like, I think I just need to make her a different character who goes with them into the worlds. So she's like there in the story. Yeah. So that was like a total overhaul of a character I had to like redo. Okay. So I changed a lot about her, like her personality and just kind of the way she looked and stuff. But I think it was for the better. It made the story a lot better. Cool. And did the community aspect of the group coming together, was that in the first draft or the second draft, or? It was there. I don't think I leaned into it as heavy as I did in the second, or the current version of the book. Whereas one character in their cage is one of the other prisoners, goes with them. I feel like when I finished this first draft, I realized I barely gave him any like screen time. Like, he was there in like a couple spots and had like 3 lines of dialogue kind of thing, and I was like, shoot. So there was instances like that where I needed to give characters more time to shine, and kind of them to be more like together and present on the page and that kind of thing. So, oh, cool, man. So, Evan, tell me a little bit about what inspired the story. What other movies or books really inspired the story for you? Yeah. Originally, it was a lot of like, when I was working with the original idea, I kind of wanted like an adventure aspect. So I kind of wanted the ruins to feel like dangerous and lots of like traps kind of stuff. So in my head, I was just thinking of like fantasy Indiana Jones was kind of what was coming to mind. Like that sense of like, you know, like Indiana Jones in like the first movie where he's like in that temple and got the big like stone that like chases him, like that kind of thing where there's like any like missteps and somebody's dead kind of feel. Okay. So I guess Indiana Jones, a lot of D&D actually kind of inspired it. Okay. A lot of D&D. Okay. Yes. Like I was even thinking like writing through it kind of mindset wise, approaching it as like encounters. So I was all kind of like planning out different like scenes. I was like thinking about this like an encounter. Like here's like the break period, the lull for the characters. Then you go to this encounter and this happens. Yeah. In your podcast, The Hero's Journey, you talked a lot about how D&D has kind of informed your creative process. Yeah. So it's cool to see that influencing this as well. Yep. That's awesome. Well, that's the power of creative collaboration. Exactly. Yep. Well, we're going to go into some Q&A time. We had some questions come in for you.
from our Discord channel on Nipthos. And one of the burning questions is, Evan, how do we pronounce your last name?
Yeah. Staley.
Staley.
Pretend there's a Y in the end. You got it.
What's the actual, or where's that from? Is that
German.
German.
Yeah.
Okay.
Staley.
Staley.
Or something like that.
Awesome. I got a question from David. How many times did you iterate on edits from the original draft? How many times?
How many times? If we're talking drafts, it was probably 5 total, maybe.
5. Okay.
Yeah, if we're talking like there was the first draft, second draft. I know there was 4 for sure, and then after that, I kind of stopped keeping count. So it might be like 5, 6, 7 somewhere in there. You know, there's like the final draft, and there's the final draft.
Yep.
And final draft.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the designer's life.
Yep.
The final. Yeah. Maniac asks, for your writing process, do you type, handwrite, or transcribe your rough drafts?
Always type, because I have horrific handwriting. I'm sure there are some people who do like to handwrite it out and then transfer it, which is cool.
Yep.
That is not me, though, because I have abysmal handwriting.
So no talking into your phone and writing it?
You know what? I've never really thought about doing it that way, actually. Maybe I should try that sometime. I don't know. But typically, it's just typing away at a computer.
Okay. When's this coming to Netflix?
I don't know. I can get billions of dollars for a budget. I don't know.
Well, if this did get turned into a TV show or movie, like what is there another show it would look like or kind of feel like? What you would want it to?
Good question. Yeah, I don't know. I imagine it always as like an anime.
Anime, okay.
Or at least anime inspired somehow.
All right, so we'll see this on Crunchyroll soon.
Maybe.
Well, then, of anime, what style?
Gosh, I don't even know.
I mean, are we talking like Demon Slayer or Studio Ghibli?
Well, definitely not Studio Ghibli, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe more like serious, gritty. Not gritty, but like, you know.
Solo Leveling?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Akira.
Yeah.
Okay, so gritty. Awesome. Well, I got another question for you.
Yeah.
Is there going to be another book? Is this a series?
Question.
Is this a series?
So I always thought of this as a standalone book. Kind of like short and sweet and simple. I will say that I have at times thought about doing a second book. Okay. That is still on the table for me.
Okay. Well, it feels like it is.
Yeah.
Like this is a big world to explore.
So I probably thought about maybe doing one more. I discovered this thing called duology, apparently. It's like a 2-book series. That's a thing.
A 2-book series?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So maybe, no promises. Okay. I think I would have to have a good enough reason to do another book. Like I have like a really good like plot.
Yeah.
To kind of really, because I don't want to just like force it and just kind of write it to write it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't want to, because that happens enough with like movie franchises and stuff. You know. So I'd have to have a really good idea. I have some ideas. I've got some like thoughts.
Okay.
But nothing like, I haven't thought of anything that's too like, yes, this is it.
Got another question for you. Are there what's the next project for you? What's going on?
Yeah. I have a long list of like 10 ideas because I always have ideas. And that's kind of the problem, I guess, with us creative types is there's too many ideas and very hard to determine which I should work on next, right? So I think the next thing I'm working on, or would like to work on, would be more sci-fi-y.
Okay.
So kind of switching genres.
Okay.
And I won't give into too much detail about that yet, but that would actually probably be more of a series I'm thinking.
Okay.
So this would be like book 1.
Okay.
Kind of like cyberpunk-y inspired, kind of a different take on cyberpunk.
I think I might know what this is.
Stay tuned from announcements about that, but as of now, I think it's kind of where I'm leaning in terms of next project.
I'm here for it. That's a long-term project that's been kicking around for a long time.
That is, yes. Hence why I kind of been itching to do something with it again. So.
Yep. And shout out to your wife, Ashley, who helped edit and kind of proofread book.
Yep.
Yeah. Did she have any comments for you on the book going? Yeah,
it was lots of story help too. I had to adjust some things because she was able to give a lot of like objective feedback of like this doesn't make sense or like what does this mean and that kind of thing. So which was really helpful. So I asked her to do that.
It's always good to have outside perspectives.
Yeah. So it's very good to get that thought on because when you're creating something, you're way too close to it a lot of the times. You know, you don't really see a lot of the gaps and missing pieces and stuff.
Cool. Well, Evan, thanks for sitting down with us.
Yeah.
This launch party for the One They Call Firebreather.
Yes.
where can they get the book?
Yes, so it's on Amazon today, so you can go to direct to Amazon, or you can check out evansdaily.com. There'll be a link there to direct you to Amazon, or nymphos.com as well.
Yep,
publisher.
nymphos.com. That's right on the front page, and it's not just Firebreather; it's the One They Call Firebreather.
Yeah.
It's the whole title. So you search that in Amazon, that should just pop right up.
Yep.
So, well, thanks for hanging out with me here in the bunker.
Yes.
The bunker is a permanent LAN party. I got 8 Win XP machines that we can now game down here, and looking to do more content on the Nepthos channel. So tune in for that for some bunker content. Thanks for hanging out, and follow Evan on all the things, and get Firebreather.
Yes.
Check it out.
Check it out. Leave a review.
All right.